Hi everybody and welcome back. Go grab yourself a tea or a coffee because today we're going to be running through 10 tips to get you started using Procreate. Alright, so when you open Procreate for the very first time, you want obviously to create a canvas to work on. So you go to this plus sign up here. You click on it. You won't have as many options as I do because half of these are custom. So if you want to create a custom one, you go to this little plus folder here. Now you can create different pixel dimensions, which is obviously width and height of the canvas. And say you wanted to post primarily on Instagram, look up those pixel dimensions and type them in here. Now with the DPI, that DPI stands for dot per inch, but also is pixel per inch, which is PPI. So I, as a standard, and a lot of other people as a standard, set it as 300, and that is for if you want to print it in the future. It is a good sort of standard pixel dimension to stick with. It's a bit complicated, I don't know a whole lot about it, but as a standard, I like to set mine as at 300. So, on all my custom ones, I have 300, like as you can see here, Instagram rectangle, 300 DPI. But also this square one, the square canvas here, which was an initial canvas already on Procreate, I edited it. So we'll go back. You just swipe it to the side and you can either edit or delete. I clicked edit and I changed it to 300 DPI. So you just click 300 and save. Now we'll open the canvas. Now, the second tip is brush sizes. So those are these two sliders on the side here. So I'll click, let's go with this one. This is a brush that I made myself. So, which I will cover in a later video. So we'll click a color we can see. Now, we'll go to the smallest size. And it's small. This is the size. So I'm going to go medium and big, and so top is biggest, and here you can see 1%, and as I bring it up, 100%. And this slider is the opacity. So at the moment this is 100% opaque, and you can see as I draw. Now if you didn't want it to be that bold and to see through it a bit, you just slide this down and you can see that it has some translucence to it. Now we'll just clear that and make a new layer. Now for tip number 3, your brush, smudge and eraser can all have the same options. So you can use all the same options for those 3 things, and that will give you different effects to your work. So let's start with this one. This is in inking. Actually, let's make that a bit smaller. So we've got our line. Now, let's say we weren't quite happy with it, so we'll go to erase, but we don't want the same. We want to add a bit more texture than that. Well, then you might use, let's say this. So you do that. There we go. It's a bit of a paper sort of texture to it. But I'll say want to give it a bit more of a smudge. So let's find that brush we had originally. And there we go. So you can just cycle through what you feel is best for the work that you are doing. So let's erase all of that. Now, say we make a drawing. Yep, we got a smiley face, but we're not quite happy with it. So, easy fix, to undo, 2 fingers. Tap, 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 and you undo. But maybe you've decided, actually, I do want that, or you've gone too far. You do 3-finger tap, 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 tap. There we go, and it's back. So that's a quick and easy undo, redo trick. Now, say you decided you wanted to make it sort of a bubble font. Just, there we go. Let's make a bit of a bubble smiley face, but you want to fill it in. Drag and drop. So you go up here to the color wheel, you pick it up, you pick it up, and you drop it in. It's as simple as that. So there we go, there's our little smiley face. Now, say after our smiley face we decide we don't want it in red. So, easy thing, we go up here to the layers, we then tap on the layer that we're on, we go down to alpha lock, and that will lock the entire layer that we're on. And here you can sort of see there's a checker box. That is a sign that your layer is locked. But don't mix it up with this lock, which means you can't do anything at all. So we're putting it on alpha lock. Then we go, oh, maybe let's say we want green. Go up here. I'll stick with that pen. So we'll bring it up, bring the size up, and we just color it in. And everything that we've already got a line down on is able to be colored in. Nothing out here. It's only what we already have on the screen. So that's handy for lots of different things. Now say you want to move something. You go up here to this little S and you tap on it. And now you got all these little squiggly lines going on. So say, oh, it's too low on the canvas. There we go. You make a circle and you can move everything. Or say this eye is not quite right. You put the lasso around it. You click this button, which is sort of the cursor point, and you can make it bigger, smaller, move it around. There we go. But also with this lasso tool, there's different options. So there's automatic, which will automatically pick things up, or freehand, which is what we were on. Or also with freehand, you can make a dot, then another, oh, that was my hand, another dot, and there we go. Another thing you can do with the lasso, rectangle. There we go. Same again. And lastly with ellipse. This is ovals or circles. And there we go. Now, say you've done some work on a few different layers. There we go, we've got some hair, we've got a nose on another one, maybe a tongue on another one. There we go, but they're all on different layers. So, easy trick. You just tap and slide, and highlight them all. And then we pinch. Alternatively, there we go, well, 2 fingers back. Let's say we didn't highlight them all, you can also, oh, there we go. So you don't have to highlight all of them, but I find it a handy trick. Now, we'll go back once again. Say you didn't want to merge everything, but we've got this group item. So what that can help us with is, there we go, we'll highlight everything, click group, and now it's in a group. So, as we saw earlier, you can move things around when it's on its separate layer, but when you have everything in a group and you just have the group highlighted, you can move everything in the group, which is really handy. And also, if you tap, you can rename, you can flatten everything, merge it all down. And so there's some different tips and tricks there. So we'll say, whoops, there we go, smiley. There we go. Alright, now 2 last little tips for saving. So say you've had enough of working on your work for now, but you're not quite done. How do you save your work? Well, you click on gallery here, get out, and it just saves. Procreate will save it for you. Now we go back in, we try to undo. There's nothing to undo because it's all saved as it is. So keep that in mind. Sometimes if you want to keep going back, then you might not want to get out of it. But otherwise, it's a good way to save it and make sure your work doesn't get lost. Now, you've decided you're happy with your work and you want to share it. So what you do is you go up to this little spanner, you tap on it, and you got these options. Now, we'll run through some of these other options in a later video, but for now, we just want to save it and share it. So you go down here, you choose which option you want to choose. We'll choose PNG. You get options to send it to people. You got options to send it to other apps, copy, send, iTunes, yada yada yada. So, either if you want to send it to your phone, you can airdrop it. I find that quite useful. Or you can save your work. And done. There you go. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. We'll be making more of these coming up soon. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and thank you for watching.